Big Flames news, which has just come down the pipe. Not good news.
No.
Necessarily. Not good news.
No, not at all.
But news nonetheless, as the Flames have announced that Dan Vladar will be having season-ending hip surgery.
How are your hips, Rhett?
My hips are the shits right now. My whole girdle is out.
Your trunk?
My girdle.
Your
my
core? Everything?
You got some laundry to do? What are you saying here?
My obliques.
Yeah.
My triads.
Triad.
Yeah.
That's a gang or something.
My trifectas.
Yeah.
Everything. Yeah.
Bifectas.
Superfectas. Everything's just out of whack. Well, and we've been seeing Wolf. We've not seen a lot of Dan Vladar as of late. And this was one of the things we want to see more of these. See the other goalies. If Markstrom's not going to play, see the goalies. It feels like we're not going to see Dan Vladar, and maybe we need to take some stuff back because we were kind of skeptical as to maybe the nature of the injury around Dan Vladar when he was.
But was that a lower body one?
He was backing up one night, and then he's on the injured reserve list the next night.
So this is the same thing you're suggesting.
I'm just wondering if we need to take it back. Because I think we kind of suggested that, well, Wolf flew out to New Jersey because you had a New Jersey deal possibly done. And then
I think that is true. Why would you let a hurt guy back up?
I don't know. You know me. I just want to be fair.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. I just don't want to be accused of being a jerk.
If we've been unfair to anyone, we take it back.
And especially to Dan.
I don't think shit back.
What's he done to anybody?
I'm sticking to my guns. I think he's faking it.
All right.
Disco Dan.
Faker. And you mentioned something, and so again, T's and P's to Dan. Yeah. I don't think it's ever good to have hip surgery, but maybe it'll clean things
all up. Surgeries, if all things are equal.
Yeah. I remember I was watching one of those things where they do things on the TV, documentary kind of a thing, one of those things. And The Undertaker had bad hips. And he said, actually, on the same day that he had the hip, it wasn't a real replacement, but he went in and cleaned some up, whatever.
Yeah.
He said, instantly the same day as surgery, they get you up and moving around. And he said it already felt better than how he had been dealing with it for the year and change prior. Yeah, so we're hoping, I would say, as a group, the three of us and Jack, I suppose, the four of us and RJ, the five of us hope that's the case for Dan Vladar. That you are up and moving around soon and that it feels great and whatever discomfort that you're dealing with on a daily basis is gone.
I hope he's dancing tonight, ballroom dancing with his wonderful partner.
It's only one surgery I want. That's the Neuralink. I got to get dialed in here.
Yeah, so you don't want emails on your phone, but you want a computer in your head.
Is that what it is?
I would have such witty comebacks like right there. If I had Neuralink, I would have zung you right there.
Pinder, you're a loser. We all know this. Ha ha.
Could you imagine? Then I could just get an AI version of myself to sit in this shitty chair in this shitty room and it just
with your shitty hips.
Dance
with your triads. Yeah.
You could be in Panama getting stem cells injected to you while your AI guy's doing the show.
100%.
Now, I guess on a more serious nature, Ryan, you had said before we got started on the scintillating pre-show.
God, the pre-show's good. We should
come up with something for all you folks out there that are interested. Yeah.
We're going to come up with something. Take you behind.
We had wardrobe changes, all kinds of scintillating conversation, racy behavior. Anyway,
but not available. You had said that can't really trade a hurt guy. So if there was any appetite to make a Dan Vladar move in the offseason.
Well, I think there's been an appetite for a Dan Vladar move for multiple off seasons already. And you have three goalies that are NHL caliber goalies. How good they each are depends on when we ask the question, what year it is, and how people view the players.
But this would be the offseason. You've now seen Wolf. This would be the year to do it.
So we're arriving at my point.
But you started by saying they want to trade him every offseason. It's not about him every offseason. It's just that this is finally the time, and now he's got.
Can both be true.
He's got surgery.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to give context. I think there's 1 year left on his deal. It would be a nice summer to move him if you're not going to move Jacob Markstrom. And to have the option to move Vladar and Markstrom would allow you to sort of gauge the market and say, okay, where are we getting the best deal? Where do we, if you really want the mentor for Wolf, okay, we'll keep Markstrom, we'll move Vladar. The deals are a little soft with Vladar. Maybe we move Markstrom, whatever it is. One of those is off the table. No one wants to add a guy coming off hip surgery that hasn't played.
Nobody wanted
and that's what he's going to be this summer. He's going to be an asset coming off surgery that people have questions about.
Just let him go.
I don't know that anyone wanted to add him anyway. Mike, I'm gonna actually double back on you there. I'm gonna spin this around and pow right back in your face. Now's the season you want him to get healthy and be your backup next year.
Yeah, which is probably how this thing shakes out, right? If we
I don't think you want to trade him because you can't trade him, and the other two you're gonna keep Wolf, and I think the other guy's gonna wave bye-bye.
Yeah, it's a shitty.
Let's go into detail there, Red. How do you see this? So do you think it's
I think it. I brought it up. I forget who it was. One of our insiders. I brought it up last week. It might have been Drager when you weren't on. I actually said that to. I said, "Is there a chance? If they're keeping Markstrom and they've got Huberdeau and they've got Kadri and they've got Backlund and they've got Coleman." Is there any chance? And I said it in reference to Bowen Byrum. I think they should have got Bowen Byrum. And if they had got Bowen Byrum, I think you're immediately back into a let's stack the shelves and go for it again. Because you're old, you've got a really good goaltender, and you're not going to be bad enough to drop out of it. If you'd have got Byrum, you'd have a top three. You'd have three really young, good defensemen.
You'd have a top four because Shillington would be your
yes,
threes.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Without Byrum, it kind of changes things because I think you're short on the D side. But is there any chance that you keep Markstrom, Wolf moves up, he learns under Markstrom, he plays 25 games or whatever rest Markstrom needs, 30 games, and they go for it again because of all of that stuff? They'll have cap space. You can move them on Japani. You've had a bunch of young kids come up that have been good. You know who it would be like? Philly. Philly's supposed to be shit.
Nashville too. Yeah.
Nashville. Philly. They're supposed to be shit. They're going to make the playoffs. Can you do that? I don't know. Kind of went on a tangent. I have no idea if I answered your question.
Well, it just talks about moving Vladar, keeping Markstrom, right?
Yeah. And I was wondering because you had said you needed Vladar to be your backup. I guess you're insinuating that Wolf would also be here and that Markstrom wants out or would.
I'm saying that I wonder if that. That's the answer I needed to finish with. Is I think
what's that thing you're going to get in your head that'll make it
the neural
link?
Yeah, it'll clear the CT right up. That's why I got to get it straight and really well thought.
Stay tuned.
Yeah,
technology.
It'll be so well thought out and delivered. You'll understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I think there's two scenarios. Conroy's got to, I think they're probably leaning towards the other one. Just trade Markstrom and keep the rebuild kind of thing going. But if you can't get real return, maybe that other option is available. But ideally, I think Vladar and Wolf are your, but isn't that a shitty thing to say? Because I don't think Vladar and Wolf are taking to the playoffs. But
if you're not going to make the playoffs next year, that doesn't mean this hasn't worked. That would be a bonus to make it next year. What you're really trying to do is develop players and collect more young assets next year, right?
Yep.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out more of our content right here on the Flames Nation YouTube page. We had a bunch of great long form interviews. You can check out some videos we've done as well outside of the studio. And of course, if you want more writing or merchandise stuff, flamesnation.ca or nationgear.ca. Appreciate you watching.